Hi everybody, it's Daphne and you're very welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming to spend some of your day with me today. If you enjoy all things skincare, makeup, hair care and a little bit of fashion thrown in, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Today I'm going to talk about some of my favourite eyeshadow palettes, but I'm going to throw in a couple of face palettes as well, you know, the ones that have all-in-one face palettes. I have quite a few, but not too many. And these are actually palettes that I use. I rotate them and they get lots of use. So if you're interested in seeing what kind of palettes I love, just keep watching. So I'm going to start off with some Charlotte Tilbury. We all love Charlotte Tilbury. Her palettes are just to die for. This one is the Stars in Your Eyes palette. And it has that lovely mirror and it has all of those beautiful shades. Now you'll see a theme, if you haven't watched me before, you'll see a theme running through here that I tend to go for sort of earthy tones, neutrals, warm tones. So I love this palette. It's just beautiful. It has all the golds and it has the earthy tones, but it also has some jewel tones in it as well. There's a nice mix of mattes and shimmers, and I like the way it's divided up into little groups that you could decide that you were going to use just those three or just those three and so on. And they're called, this trio is called Love Eyes, this trio is called Power Eyes, Happy Eyes, and this one is Confident Eyes. Sorry, I don't want to blind you. So that's a beautiful palette. If you're a makeup junkie like I am, it's something you would like to have in your palette or in your stash. Another Charlotte Tilbury is the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. Can we take a second to just, it's like old Hollywood glamour. Same kind of setup. You have the beautiful mirror, which I will not blind you with. Similar types of colours and they're grouped in the same way, and each little trio has a name, but they are different. And there's slightly more mattes in this. But again, just beautiful, beautiful colours. So this one is called Day, so that would be nice to create a day look. This one is called Desk. So they're mattes, so you could definitely use those for a work look. This is called Dixie. So you've got lovely browns there, and this one is called Dream. So I suppose more for a nighttime look maybe with the pinks. But I absolutely love this, and this was a gift. Beautiful packaging. I mean, very slim. You could easily take that traveling with you and you'd have all the colours you would want to create any kind of look. Similarly with this, I'll just show you the two side by side so that you can see the differences. So this one here, top one, is the Pillow Talk, and this one is the Stars in Your Eyes. So they're similar, but there's a lot of variety there. It's not all the same. They are really, really beautiful palettes. I love them. A palette that I love for a very quick basic look, and this would be very suitable for daytime, is the Urban Decay Naked Basics. I've had this, you can see, for quite a while and it's been well used. Actually probably need to replace this, but I love this palette because again, you can do a very simple day look, a one and done. You could make a very smoky eye. There's lots of variety. They're all matte and you have a little mirror as well to help you along, and it's a lovely little, and I'm covered in that must have been from the other palettes. I'm covered in eyeshadow, so that is a really handy little palette to have. And if you were starting out your makeup collection, that would be a really good one to purchase. You can't go wrong with a customizable palette. This is MAC. This is my MAC customizable, and you buy the case, which is magnetic and it's double-sided, and you have a perspex divider between them. So you buy the case and then you buy the little insets. So you buy these separately. So you could that holds 15 shadows. So you could have a palette with 30 shadows, or you could have a palette with 15 shadows, and I think it would be 6 blush. I think it's 6 blushes as well, if you know, it depending on whether you wanted all shadows or blush or mixed or whatever. So I absolutely love these. These are individual shadows that I've purchased. As you can see, this one gets a lot of use, but you buy them and they come in as, there's no packaging as such, no casing on them, that's what I'm trying to say. So they come in these little pans, and then you just slot them in. They're magnetic, you just slot them in like that, and if you want to take them out, you just give it a little push with your finger and they pop out. But these were all shadows that I went and looked at and picked individually to pop into this palette. So this is a really, really lovely palette, and it I have mainly mattes, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shimmers. So for little pops of colour here and there, and I still have space to add to it. And the really good thing about having a palette like that is if you run out of a shade that you really love, you can purchase it on its own. And I think these little individual pans are €7, if I'm not mistaken, but I'll link everything below. The Tarte Tartlette palette, this one here, is another one of my favourites. I've had this for a long time. Probably will have to replace it pretty soon. But it has a lovely mirror, so I won't blind you, and it has all those beautiful shades. Now again, you'll see the trend. I love these earthy shades, but you've got pinks here, lovely kind of creamy whites, paler whites, darker browns, some sort of mauve-y shades, and then the really dark browns. A fabulous palette as well. So you've got 12 shadows there to create endless looks, and then with the lovely big mirror, you could carry that with you. Again, for travel it would be fabulous. And it comes with a little guide which I kept to create different looks. So this is daytime, and then this is playtime. That's a really good palette. I love to support Irish brands, as you know, and here in Ireland we have some amazing Irish beauty brands. Really fabulous quality and great prices too. One of my favourites is Carter Beauty. You've heard me mention them so many times. They are now available in Walmart. Just in case, for my American viewers, in case you didn't know that, you can buy Carter Beauty in Walmart. Of course, you can buy it online as well. So two of my favourites are the Sweet Apricot palette and the Smooth Nude palette. And the Sweet Apricot palette is, now there's no mirror, but the packaging, it's like, you know, it's like cardboard, but it's really, really sturdy. It's got a magnetic close, and you have 18 shadows in the palette. Some shimmers and some mattes, so it's a good mix. And again, you've got, they're just the tones that I love. You can see it's quite well used. And the other one, this one was sent to me. Again, not sponsored or anything. This is the Smooth Nude palette, and again it has 18 shadows, and there's, let's see, I think they're all matte. Yes, they're all matte. So I love this palette as well, and again you have endless variety of looks to create with those two palettes. Now a more recent one, and they did send this to me, it's an eyeshadow palette, but it's a mixed face and eye palette, which I love, and it's called the Cherry Bomb Mixed Face and Eye Palette. Look at those colors. So in this you have your bronzer, your blush, and your highlight. The bronzer is called Bombshell, the blush is called Flare, and the highlight is called Dynamite. And then you have 6 matte shades and 6 shimmers. Now these are more like, what does my daughter call them? Pigments. But look at the shades. Just look at the beauty. It's like, for me, it's like being in a sweet shop. I love those colours. And the fact that you have your face shades as well. as your eye shades, you can create endless looks with this, because again, with the mattes you could do daytime looks, and with the shimmers you could do them for nighttime or for during the day. And that just leads me in nicely to another Irish brand, which again you've heard me speak about many times, and this is, because this is a mixed face palette, this one is as well. This is the Sculpted by Amy Connolly, the full face palette, and this is rose golden. I love the shape of it. You have a lovely big mirror, and in here you have your bronzer, your blush, you have a highlight, and all of these colours can be used on the face and on the eyes. So these are your eye colours, but you could use these on your eyes as well. And then this is a cream cheek and eye cream blush or cream product. So that, it has everything in it that you need, plus your mirror. And I think, I can't remember, I think that might be €35, but you've got 6 items in it, so it's really good value. Excellent quality. And the girl who is the CEO for Sculpted, Amy Connolly, she's just amazing. She oversees everything. She's only about 27, 28. She started the brand herself. She has her own standalone shop. She sells online as well, obviously, and she brings out new products on a fairly regular basis, but she doesn't bring them out until she's 100% happy with them. So I absolutely love that. The last Irish brand that I'm going to talk about, and the last palette, Irish palette I'm going to talk about, is from a brand called AYU. And the CEO is an Irish girl called Susie O'Neill, and another wonderful entrepreneur, and very particular about her products. And this is called her signature eyeshadow palette. Very sleek, beautiful palette. And in here we have 5 beautiful shades and a lovely mirror as well. And these are the shades. You have 3 matte shades and 2 that are very slightly shimmery. But again, you can create so many looks. The pigmentation in these is just second to none. The quality is second to none, and I think this was €25. I absolutely love this palette, and I love the brand as well. There's so many other products within this brand that I want to try, but just AU. So have a look. I'll link everything below. Again, she's got a very good presence on social media, just like Marissa Carter of Carter Beauty, and just like Amy Connolly of Sculpted. So that kind of, yeah, they're the Irish brands. Now this is another face in a palette, and it's a Bobbi Brown. You've seen me use this as well many times. And this is the Soho Lights Eye and Cheek palette. A lovely little size. Pop it open and you have 4 eyeshadows and a blush. I know you're going to say, oh gosh, Daphne, you buy all the same colours. I am drawn to these shades. I just adore those colours. But that's very handy. And the little blush shade just kind of pops out and then slides back in. And that's really handy for travel. A beautiful little palette, and of course Bobbi Brown, the quality is amazing as well. This is another little Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Dolce Vita. It's just a quad. Again, great for travel. Slightly darker shades with more olive tones, I think. Beautiful shadows. Has been well dipped into. And has a little mirror as well. So, you know, for travel, again, we always have to keep those things in mind. This is another Charlotte Tilbury. This is a full face look in a palette, instant look in a palette, and it's the Smoky Eyes. You've seen me use this in many of my Get Ready With Me's. So that's it there. So just to show you for size-wise, that's the Dolce Vita. This is the instant look in a palette. So that's the smaller one is the quad. And in here, you have a lovely mirror, and then you have your bronzer, you have 2 blush shades, you have a highlighter, and then you have 3 lovely eye shades. But again, you can mix them. Love the packaging. Great for creating daytime looks, nighttime looks, any variety. If I want a little bit of colour, because I'm sure you're thinking you go for all sort of earthy, warm, neutral tones, I have this little palette, which is the LA Girl Wonder and Lust eyeshadow palette. And it has a little mirror, as you can see, and look at these shades. Totally out of my normal comfort zone, apart from maybe the brownie tones here, the neutrally tones here. But these are totally out of my comfort zone. But I do use them, as you can see, and they are just beautiful shades. Absolutely stunning. So for a pop of colour here and there, I'm running out of fingers now, it's an ideal palette. This one is a lovely kind of a lavendery mauve shade, that orange, kind of terracotta, burnt orange. Then we have this one here. Oh, they're just gorgeous. So if I want a lovely pop of colour, I probably would just use it for a pop of colour. I don't know, apart from maybe these colours here, I may not create a whole eye look, but it's a lovely option to have. Very well priced as well. LA Girl has so many beautiful palettes, and you can get really, you know, the big palettes like almost like Morphe. The last two that I have, I've just spoken about in my previous weekend makeup look last week, and these are the Inglot by Mora Elements collection, and this one is Coral Reef, and this one is Oriental Lily. And again, yes, they are all earthy tones, warm tones, but they're my colours. And oh, they're just gorgeous. I love this one. I don't know, I think the other one is slightly more bronzy, but these colours are just beautiful. You can create so many looks with this. Look at the packaging. It's magnetic. It's very slim. That just slides off like that, and you're left with that lovely little slim palette, and it just snaps back on. The same with the Coral Reef palette. Just slightly more bronzy goldy tones. I'll just compare them side by side. So this one is Oriental Lily, and this one is Coral Reef. Coral Reef, Oriental Lily. So they are absolutely stunning. This is the look that I created for my Friday, or for my weekend makeup look series, because I'm recording 2 videos on one day because I got out of the rhythm and I was late posting. Anyway, that's the look I'm wearing, and I used these two, mainly this one and this little bit of this on my lid for a pop. I do have other palettes as well, but they're my main, they're my favorites, the ones that I use. I do swap out my makeup collection, so most months I would go through my makeup collection and see, and my palettes, and see which ones I am drawn to that month, which ones I haven't used for a while. Some of them I feel are slightly more wintry, some are more summery, but I love them all and I do use them all. So let me know what your favourite palettes are. Is there one you would recommend to me to try, or one you would like me to try? Is there any particular palette that I've just shown you that you'd like me to create a look with? Just let me know in the comments below. I'm always interested to see what you would like to see on my channel. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, give me a big old thumbs up, and I'll talk to you very soon in the next video. Take care. Have a great week. Bye.